Welcome back to another episode of Eat, Sleep, Breathe Sports. Today we're doing a Game 3 recap of the Cleveland Golden State Warriors game. We're also going to talk about some LeBron talk, also some roster moves that we're thinking that's going to come up here soon, and just a lot more about Game 3. We'll go into that a good bit, and then we'll have some NFL news, just some recent news that happened around the NFL, XFL, and he's going to talk about some Reds baseball. Did anything else happen in the NHL you're following up on? I seen something about
man,
Capitals
Vegas went down.
Did they?
They went down 3-1 last I saw. It's over. The gods of hockey have been helping out the Capitals, man.
Yeah, I seen something on the Capitals. They had some headlines. So
it's been ridiculous.
Yeah,
it was a good run for Vegas though.
Well, shit happens, but yeah,
it does.
I mean, so yeah, we might touch up on some of that some more here in a minute. But otherwise, let's get into the talk of the town NBA Game 3. So I didn't get to watch the first half of this game. I got to watch the second half, and it was just like neck and neck the whole third quarter, and then the fourth quarter, and then what happened?
Talk about that first quarter.
I didn't get to watch much.
It was like 22-12 in the first quarter. It was just it's like they're here to win.
Yeah. I mean, so it was Golden State that was up 22-12?
No, it was Cleveland.
It was Cleveland.
Cleveland went up.
Yeah, I didn't watch the first half.
I didn't get to watch a lot because of work, but Cleveland, they were up hot. I mean, they came out strong, and then they were up.
The first quarter was 29-28 Cleveland. Second quarter 29-24 Cleveland. Third quarter Golden State. Fourth quarter Golden State.
Yeah. Because I stopped
Third
watching.
Yeah,
I stopped watching for a little bit in the third, and then I came back in the fourth. And just seeing some of the shit that happened, and then some of the slow-mos I shared in the group earlier. And then I just shared, right before we started the show, a picture of LeBron, and he was like...
the handgun emoji.
Yeah. I mean...
So...
Dude is killing it, and still...
He had a triple-double.
Yeah.
And then his supporting cast, Tristan Thompson... who else?
I mean, look, Green had 40 minutes
had
played
33.
with 10 points.
Yeah, Green,
had
Tristan
20.
Thompson. Yeah, they only had what, 20?
Love had 20.
Yeah,
Thompson
20,
had
so
8.
Here's what killed me: Green with Golden State, 40 minutes, 10 points only, two rebounds. And McGee, 10 points, 14 minutes. Thompson, 10 points. Curry, 11 points. 8 points, 8 points. I mean, everybody was scoring in Cleveland. James, 33, 20 for Love. 13 for JR, 15 for Rodney, and but George good. 5 points.
Yeah.
But how? I mean, they had.
That's the problem. So when they're in Golden State's winning by like 20 points. You have to go to Cleveland and do the same thing.
But they were doing it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's all to game one. Game one when JR and Ty Lue both fucked that up. It was the dagger. That was it. That was the series changer, because if Cleveland won that, they've got this confidence that Golden State's playing from behind, which they don't do well, and Cleveland's just riding the high. They go down. LeBron was like, "You guys are dumb."
Yeah.
I mean, how do you get paid $14 million a year and you don't even know the damn score?
Right.
And that means you're not committed.
You're not committed. You're not looking. You're not paying attention. You know, it's just bad awareness.
He sees that you're not committed, and they say, "Well, Lou, he was across the court." Brad Stevens in game 7 ran half across the court to call the time.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Ty Lue's a garbage coach. When
leaves, he's just a head.
When he leaves, you're going to see how bad of a coach Ty Lue is, because Cleveland will be lucky to win 20 games.
I don't think they'll keep him. I think if LeBron leaves, he'll go.
No, Lue will stay.
I don't think he'll do that, and then they'll end up firing him.
They'll fire his ass.
But he's just right now. He's not a coach because LeBron's sitting on the bench.
Rookie GM.
Yeah, we had timeouts, and he was like, yeah, and he was like.
Yeah, but everybody's like, well, he was a crybaby about that. I'd be fucking crying too.
Yeah, I cried too. I scored 51 points in the game and lost it.
Like, you bust your ass, and you're a 13-point underdog.
Right.
And you've got the game won. I mean, it's just right there, 5 feet away. And not only your player,
one free throw away.
$14 million player is a fucking idiot. Your coach is an idiot. I mean, I'd be like, I'm done. I'm out. You just sold his ticket to leave Cleveland.
So, Curry shot like shit.
Oh God.
Point blank period. So if Curry was on, imagine how bad it
Curry
would
and
be.
Thompson both shot like shit.
Imagine if they were on, how bad it would be.
What did you say Klay Thompson said about All-Stars?
Oh, Klay Thompson was like, it was a good thing that, we had Durant because, when you got like 2 or 3 All-Stars, if 2 of them's playing poorly, you still have a third one to pick you
Well,
up.
guess what, Klay
And
Thompson? You're not an all-star because you've had more fouls in the first 3 games
Dude, he has been awful.
of the finals than you have
His whole
ever.
Ever.
You know what I mean? He is not. Durant and motherfucking Curry are
Durant's
all-stars.
better than Curry, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, he's
They're the all-stars. Then you got role player who's a very good shooter, but he's not an all-star as Thompson.
No.
And Draymond, he's just a dumbass.
But he is a defensive player.
He's a
He's
good
one
defensive
defensive
player, but
here.
he's dirty.
He is the glue,
He's
though.
dirty.
Oh, he's absolutely
He's
dirty.
dirty
Dave
as
showed
shit.
a picture where, he was gouging his fucking eyeball. He was like trying to kill him. So
It was horrible.
it's over, though. The series is over, man.
Yeah,
It's
my
done.
my buddy in my class predicted that. Shout out to Dan. That he predicted that it was a clean sweep. It was going to
Sweet.
be
See,
over.
I gave him at least a game.
And I told him, I was like, I think about it. I think they'll get the next one, and then after that, I think it's probably.
How crazy would it be, though, if Cleveland come back?
I mean,
Because 3-1.
Yeah.
They did. Now it was 3-1. But if they came back and win, do you think that would put LeBron as the greatest of all time without zero doubt?
Yeah, I think
They
so.
will.
Because we've already seen.
And you're getting smashed.
Yeah.
And then you win one game, and then you want to win 4 in a
And you
row.
win 4 straight.
Because he gets in Game 7.
Yeah, Game 7.
I'll give it to him. That's what I said. I said if he did that, I'll give it to him because he
always
really
gets
is carrying everybody at this point. We're looking at the numbers. And
No, the numbers don't lie.
Yeah, dude, he's carrying the whole fucking
Like
team.
he said in his interview, he's like, "What do you mean carry him? Pick him up?" He's like, "It's the playoffs. What more or finals? What more should I do?" Like exactly what he's saying is, we're in the finals, man. Well, how do I need to pick these guys up?
The way they do it though is literally LeBron has to just take over it, drive, get
He's gonna have to
fouled.
score 60 or
He's
70
gonna have to.
points.
He's
He
gonna
scored
have to.
50 and they lost.
He's gonna have to. He's
It's
gonna have to.
ridiculous.
On the stupid shots that they were throwing up the fourth quarter,
That was
they were
desperation.
forcing
It's
3-pointers.
desperation.
Huh?
It was desperation.
They were forcing threes up. It's like, why would
That's
you?
something
Why
to
would
do.
you not?
That was bad. That was ridiculous.
That was stupid.
They only lost by 8
Keep
though,
there.
right?
Give me a 10-minute timer, please.
Wasn't it 8 points? I think. Yeah, they lost by 8. So it
Yeah.
wasn't as bad as it looked.
No, it wasn't a blowout, but
Still, I mean, that was garbage points too at the end though too.
So how did Iguodala do overall? What was his stats?
I didn't.
That was his first game back.
He played 21 minutes at 8 points,
8
2
points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal.
Any blocks or anything?
Yeah, so he shot though 75%.
That's not bad. Yeah, I mean.
Curry was 18%. Klay
Dude,
Thompson
horrible.
36. How are
Horrible.
you supposedly the greatest player and you're shooting 18%? LeBron's shooting 50 and 80% almost every game.
I mean, look, if you look
I mean,
at
are
the
you
3-pointers,
kidding?
That's the problem with Curry. He'll go 2 good games and then have a bad.
Well, this one was a bad 3-pointers
Inconsistent.
for Golden State. You got Durant 6 for 9, Green 0 for 2,
Yeah.
Thompson was 2 for 5, Curry went 1 for 10 for 3.
They shoot well at home, though. I'll tell you that.
No,
Boy, they shoot
do.
well at home.
They do.
All right, let's move on to some more NBA talk then. So we got over game 3. It was pretty bad. Yeah, we're good. We're going to move on to the next one now. Start me another 10. But so now we say if it's a clean sweep, 4 games, and it's done. Or even if it goes one more, they win, and then they go the next game and they lose it. LeBron leaving. So, and then
Houston.
I'm going to go, hang on now. I'm going to go back to my buddy. I'm going to go back to my buddy Dan. He said he thinks he's going to stay in the East and go to Philly. But I don't see it.
He won't. Philly's not going. He's not going to win
The
the
East
title
is
with
too.
Philly.
Yeah, it's not even just that. He's not going
LeBron
to win a title. in the
LeBron
East.
is the East.
Yeah, he's not going to win a title in the East. That's all it's going to. It's going to be the same thing somewhere else.
But here's the thing about it. Boston is going to be a very good team next year.
They'll be the dominant team.
They will be the favorites in the East with healthy Kyrie and Gordon Hayward, Tatum, Brown. all
Toronto
those
beat.
boys.
Well,
Toronto
you can't
falls,
count.
they suck in the playoffs, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well they do,
Regular
but
season-
it's every time it's only been against LeBron like that though. You know.
But when you're getting swept every year,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, LeBron's one guy.
They're probably
who
going to make
gets
some crazy
swept.
moves, but
They said nobody is untouchable.
what do you think
They
about
did.
Indiana?
Pacers?
No.
Nah, he hates Indy.
No, I'm not saying him going there.
Oh,
I said,
no,
how
no.
do you think they'll do?
They got a
as far
good
as-
team. Oladipo is
Yeah.
very good.
They got a,
I
they
like
got a
Miles.
young team.
What's that center?
Miles Turner?
Turner.
Yeah.
Turner. He is good. But in the
So-
East, it's going to be Philly. It's going to be Boston's going to win it though for the next 5-10 years, unless LeBron leaves.
Right.
Toronto will be there, but they fall apart. They just can't hold it together.
They'll get the first round. Once they hit second, third
Yeah,
round of
it's-
playoffs, they fall apart.
But nobody wants to play in the East. So, I mean, look at the All-Stars. The NBA first, second, and third team, LeBron's the only one every year that's pretty much from the East. I don't think this year there was one other player from the East in all the NBA.
No, not on the first team, no.
No, not even second or third.
No.
I'm pretty sure there was none other than LeBron. So the East, if he leaves, man, Dave, you're saying what, Houston? You really think?
If he does go, I think he's going to want to play with Paul and.
Well, that's the
Paul's
thing.
always hurt.
That's the other question too. Is Houston's roster even going to stay there for LeBron?
But
No,
the
they'll
thing
have
is,
to get
Chris
rid of
Paul wants a max
Anderson and a
contract.
few.
Harden wants
He
a max
does.
contract. They just signed Harden to that monster.
And Chris Paul did say he wants max
And
contract.
then LeBron's going to want max where he goes. He's not going unless he
He
did like he
hasn't
did in Miami. He
though.
took
Yeah, he
him and Wade took pay cuts, or
16
him and
million or something like that a year.
Him and
But
Wade
he's
took
on the
monster pay
downturn.
cuts.
He's
They
going to have
all
to
three.
take a good
They all
paycheck.
all
three
three of them
took-
took pay cuts.
I think
in
Wade
Miami
took
to play together.
the biggest.
Yeah.
But they all.
But
three
he's
took
on the
cuts.
end of his career. He's going to want to get as much money before he goes.
But
up.
they have.
He don't need that all of
He
it.
don't. But
The biggest rumors right now, though, is
LA,
Paul
man,
George
that's
and
it.
LeBron going to LA, getting rid of Lonzo Ball. Randall is going to be a free agent. There's talks of the Mavericks picking him up possibly, which I hope they take that kid from Texas if they can get him at number 5.
Right.
That kid ran 3/4 of the court faster than John Wall and Westbrook, and he's 6'11" with a 7'10" wingspan. I mean, are you kidding me?
He's striding down there.
That kid is a freak. Like I hope Dallas gets that kid. Him with Dennis Smith Jr. Woo, woo. Oh, that'd be good. But yeah, I mean, you got what? There was rumors of the Spurs because he wants to play for Pop.
Right.
There's been talks of that.
That'd be interesting in my.
Get rid
opinion.
of Aldridge
Yeah.
and have him there. Oh man,
That'd be interesting.
with
That'd be interesting.
Kawhi.
Yeah.
I think that'd be a
I
nice.
don't think Kawhi's going back to San Antonio
Patty
either.
Mills. If LeBron came there, I think.
Or
Yeah,
if
he
LeBron
probably
came, he'd stay. Yeah.
Patty Mills is good, little role player. I mean, they've got a little squad there still. Manu's probably got another year in him. Parker probably has another
He's
year.
better with time. Like
He's-
more,
yeah,
like older he gets, the
he's
wiser
been
he gets.
great.
He's
Yeah,
good.
That's how you have to be
He's
in
an
the
intelligent player.
You have to be because your
Man
body
knows.
will go first, so
Yeah.
you got to be able to keep that in mind and move around the further.
There's a few teams. I mean, what else do you think East though? I mean, you got any other team in the East you think he would?
Who LeBron will go to?
Because I mean, think
No.
about the Sixers. Wow. Joel Embiid hasn't played a full year yet. I think he only played 25, 26 minutes this year.
He didn't play much.
Granted, he was good, but he didn't play a lot. Ben Simmons still can't hit a jumper.
Markel Fultz has been hurt.
Fultz has kind of been a bust, I think. I mean, really, he
There's
doesn't-
videos of him where he's hit the gym where he's been like he's getting his game back. He's
trying,
jumpers
which is
and
good. That's
dunking
good.
all over and jumping and.
But I mean,
But I don't think
Boston's
he's-
going to be the team, man. I don't.
I mean, he won't join Boston because.
Who else
I mean,
you got in the East? I mean, the
No.
Bulls aren't going to be.
The Bulls
anything.
don't have
Knicks, Knicks got nothing.
Nothing's keeping him there. I don't
as I
think.
said, LeBron's the.
He wants to
think about
conquer the
LeBron's
West,
East.
and the only way to conquer the West is to go to the West and join up. And
I hope if he goes West Coast, I hope whatever team he puts on the West he makes sure that the Warriors are
Here
out
was the
of
biggest
playoffs.
thing they've been saying. Have we seen the last game of LeBron in the finals? I mean, eight straight years. I mean, have we seen the last game?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Next game would be last game. Let me rephrase that. Next game, would that be his last game in the finals?
No. Whatever team he goes on, they're guaranteed.
If he goes to Houston and they keep that intact, he'll go again.
Oh, they'll smash.
If he
Golden
goes
State.
to LA, there's probably another good. There's guys predicting that LA, if he goes there, will win in 2019. So
But they're going to have to pull in people around him in LA to get him to stay in
They're
LA.
going to lose Randall. They will have to get rid of Ball. They'll have to get rid of Timothy Mozgov. I'm pretty sure he's still there. They still have that shitty contract with Luol Deng, man. That's really bad. So I mean, they've got. They would have, but they can't. They've got. Still, they have money.
yeah,
They still. I think they can sign 2 or 3 max contracts.
right.
So
Yeah, they're setting. Everybody basically, the whole NBA is setting up for this.
yes, this free
This
agency.
free agency because they know LeBron's coming free agent.
Yep.
They're all trying to
Magic
clear cap space to
definitely-
throw.
But Houston's the team that's the hard one because they have that big contract with. They have a good contract with Ariza. Gordon either has one or wants one, which he deserves.
He
the way
deserves
played,
one, yeah,
man.
for sure.
And then they've got that really bad contract for Ryan Anderson that people might not want to take it because it's a shit contract. So you're looking at Chris Paul wants a max. James Harden just got his.
So it's like 139 million.
So
or
it'll
something.
be a difficult
I
task.
don't. With that. Look, I don't know, man. I don't see him going to Houston. I see him going.
Man, if he did,
You think if LeBron? Okay, let's say
If he went to
LeBron,
Houston, it's
he leaves
over.
Cleveland, he goes to the West Coast and starts winning titles. His last couple of years in the league, does that destroy the legacy of LeBron because he left Cleveland to go?
No,
get
I
titles?
talked about this today. I talked about this today. He left and everybody got pissed, right? He got him a little ring. He got his thing down there in Miami. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He got his rings down there. He came back. Everybody's like, okay, he's back. He got a ring. He did what he said he was going to do.
Beat the greatest regular season team in the history of the NBA.
And exactly.
3-1.
Yeah.
3-1.
And he did.
Went above
So
odds.
he got his title in Cleveland. He did what he told him he was going to do. He brought a title back.
There shouldn't be any
Well, I
celebration.
mean, you know, people obviously they're going to be salty.
That's the
They're
shitty
gonna-
assholes that
because-
shouldn't be watching
Yeah.
sports.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he leaves,
Now I will say I don't think I could watch him play in LA.
Durant,
I could.
Durant,
I'm a Lakers
I know
fan.
you're a Laker fan,
Durant
so you would love it.
Yeah, I
Durant
love it.
resigned. Said he's going to resign.
He's going to
with Golden
resign. Yep, he just said that today or yesterday?
Yeah,
I think.
today.
Yeah.
Said he's going to resign with them.
I just couldn't watch him play in LA though. I've never been a Laker fan. I hated Kobe Bryant's guts. I loved Shaq though.
Jesse doesn't like LA neither. He's a Boston fan. She's
Yeah,
No, I'm not a
right.
Boston
No,
fan.
Fucking homo.
That's my East Coast team.
But I mean, yeah,
Even though
it's,
they're Lakers.
it's
Listen here,
yeah,
Tyler.
they're Lakers.
Listen here, Tyler.
I don't know. I think that with Kuzma, if they could keep Randall, I think LA would be a very good fit with him and Paul.
Yeah.
Paul George.
Yeah.
Chris Paul. Chris Paul can't play a full year. But LeBron, if I were him, I
You
wouldn't
think
play.
they do decent with just Paul George and LeBron going to LA? You think they'd have to bring somebody
Yeah,
else
because
over?
they got Kuzma is
Yeah.
way
Kuzma's a
overlooked.
baller,
He
dude.
was crushing
Baller.
it this year. He didn't get looked at because everybody kept talking about Ball and his stupid
Ball,
ass dad.
yeah.
But Kuzma just quietly just kept balling.
Yeah,
You ain't
really-
never going to stop hearing about
And
Paul
Randall,
and his retarded
Randall
dad.
was been hurt. He played. Now he'll be a free agent. But Randall was putting up 20 and 10.
Maybe they can keep him somehow.
I mean, they probably could, but he was putting up 20
Speaking
and
of
10.
Paul, his young brother tried out for the Lakers.
Yeah, they laughed at him. So that's this free agency though. This year in the NBA is going to be really crazy.
What do you think it's going to take for LeBron to stay in Cleveland? If he
They would have to bring in Kawhi, Paul George, or some big star like that. And they already said they don't want to sign Jordan, DeAndre. Even Dallas said
Point
that.
blank period, they got to get somebody that performs in the playoffs because they haven't had it.
And
You
Paul
know what I
George
mean?
is 6'10". He's a 6'10" 2-guard.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got the size.
I agree to get him to stay there. You're going to have to bring some major
a
star power in there to
like
help.
elite superstar.
Right.
So I'm talking maybe an elite, and then like just like a level 2, like a
Sure.
second team,
You're right.
a backup all star, something like that, because their roster now, J.R. Smith has got to go, Tristan's got to go.
Yeah, they're going to have to get rid of
I mean, those guys are garbage.
All right, well, let's move on from that. So I'm going to let you go ahead and talk about Scooter.
It's just a brief, quick thing. It's not gonna take
I'm
long.
going to let
So,
you talk about him real quick.
the Reds have been really bad this year. I mean,
Big shocker.
last year they were bad. They go from like one of the best teams in baseball to just trash. And it sucks being a Reds fan. But last year Scooter hit 4 home runs in one game. Milwaukee traded him to the Reds. Everybody's like, oh, that guy's poop, blah, blah, blah. This year, last week, May 27th week, he was named Player of the Week for the Reds, which they haven't really had that in a while.
Right.
So this year, he's hit 344, 12 home runs, 44 RBIs, only 1 stolen base because he's just not a fast guy. But he's got a 949 on-base percentage. He's just been playing phenomenal for the Reds. For all of the young, because they shipped out Frazier, which I was pissed about.
Mhm.
Got rid of Zach Kozart. Why? Got rid of Brandon Phillips. They got rid of all of these guys. And they just kept, because of money, they knocked their roster price way down. I think their highest player was Hamilton. At like
So it's
5
just
million.
the upper management being greedy as hell?
They always are. They've always said, hey, we fill seats, who cares if we win? So
That's just because Cincinnati and people in Dayton, we love baseball.
right.
And it's just sad, man, because we love baseball.
Well, it's-
But we're so used to Cincinnati Bengals or the
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. Everybody, it's always we're
Just lose.
tired of being down in the goddamn dumps.
And
man,
they
you
don't
know?
care. They're filling
Yeah.
seats.
It's
And
ridiculous.
that's
We need
kind
to
of
stop
how-
going to games. Everybody in Ohio needs to stop going to games.
But
for
they
a damn
did fire Price, who was a terrible, terrible skipper. I was so glad when they
Yeah.
fired him because he was a pitching coach.
Yeah.
They got rid of Dusty and they brought him in. Finally got rid of him because he just fucking sucks. But out of every Red this year, Scooter just stood out because he's been playing
I've
phenomenal.
been seeing him everywhere.
And he was, I think he was traded a few times before the Reds got him because I know they got him from Milwaukee, but I think he was bounced around a few times. Nobody really gave him a chance, and then 4 home runs in a game, and now here he is, hitting almost 350. I mean,
he's
player of the
great.
week.
He's
playing very well for a team that's projected not even to win, 40, 50 games. So it's nice.
Is that me?
That's you.
Yeah. But yeah, you gotta look at it from this point of view too. Like, they've had so many good players, man, that are just like,
oh God, Lord,
why are we getting rid of these guys when they were performing?
Everybody's big Votto fans, and I'm not. They kept Votto. He won MVP same year as Hamilton when they traded Hamilton.
Yeah.
Which, granted, Hamilton had his drug issues, and he's declined. I get it, but Votto has declined too. He hasn't done anything. He used to be a solid hitter. Now he's hitting not even 300.
Right.
I mean, it's just been like everybody's so on this Votto trip because of like one good game. No, man, I hate Votto. He's not. He got paid just like Homer Bailey off of a great year. Homer Bailey is terrible.
That's the thing, man. You can have a great year.
One great year and you're paid.
And
it's all it takes in baseball.
That don't matter anymore.
And I was happy they traded Mesoraco off and got Matt Harvey from the Mets because they needed some kind of pitching. And Devin Mesoraco, who's constantly hurt. But, I just want to give a little shout out to old Scooter because Scooter Gannett's been playing very well this year, and for being a Reds fan, you haven't had much to be excited about. So
I haven't even been watching half the games because it's just like,
I watch them.
I try to, when I get a chance.
I definitely prefer to go down to the games.
Yeah, for sure. I'd rather, always rather go to the
games.
I should be going to one here, Shane. We go to one every Father's Day.
That'd be a good game this weekend. I tell you what, though, all the games I've been
help
to,
since
they've
I got
lost
half off
less
tickets.
than 5.
Ooh, let's go.
Diamond seats, man. Clubhouse, you get all the food and shit.
I got
that's
my
spot.
debit card. I got a Cincinnati Reds debit card through the bank. I get 50% off tickets with that.
No,
We need to go, man.
I'm always down.
Set up schedule, let me know.
I'm always down to go to a Reds game.
We'll have to get that together after this and check the schedule and get
But
a little broadcast in the stands or something.
Scooter, man, I mean, he's been on a tear, dude.
They're coming there like, you guys are not broadcasting. We're like,
Hey, what are you guys doing? Not a little Facebook Live video.
Right. Facebook Live, man. Come on.
All right, so we're gonna move on. Shout out to Scooter. He's been playing really well. I'm a Reds fan too.
Yeah,
but
thanks for holding the Reds up.
Because we don't have nothing.
They've been in the
right
dumps.
Now, so. We're gonna move on to some NFL talk. Mike gave me some news earlier on the Browns because he's a Browns fan as well. So I got some help over there. It helps me out because you guys are always ragging on me about being a Browns fan. You guys kiss my ass though because I think we're gonna win 8 games this year.
No, I give them 6 to 8 games, man.
Yeah, so
I mean legit, and that's minimal. I legit 6 to 8 games minimal.
Their OTAs and everything. Everything's been going good.
Their offense is stacked.
I can't wait to see that Hard Knocks.
They are stacked this year.
Yeah. So Duke Johnson, 3-year extension, $15.6 million, 7.74 guaranteed. You think he deserves it?
Absolutely. Actually, I think he deserves a little more.
Yeah, I said the same thing earlier.
He is playing with a quarterback every other day. Who's he going to be? Their best receiver has been who?
Well,
Crowell was a receiver, right?
He was a running back.
No, running back.
Corey Coleman's been in and out of hurt.
In and out. But they had their offensive line.
Yeah,
other than Thomas, garbage.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but that garbage.
Yeah, no, we've been.
And he still was having wonderful games. Like I think he's been the best part about the offense up until now.
Yeah.
For the past couple of years, like I definitely thought Duke Johnson should have got paid more.
I think the fact that I've said a lot of things before the draft that happened, it's minus Baker Mayfield because I didn't really see him going first, but
they said
like getting rid of Crowell and bringing in Hyde.
And they got that running back from Georgia, so they're backfield's
Nick Chubb, yeah, dude, our backfield's stacked. We got Tyrod Taylor and then Baker.
I think that's why he didn't get as much cash flow right now.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And
these guys are down for that, and they probably all came to that thing like, look,
Right.
guys, let's get in here and win. Let's change this franchise.
Monster.
I read somewhere that speaking of the Browns, Baker Mayfield said he's never seen a receiver like Josh Gordon.
Yes,
before.
he did. He said he's never seen.
But then Landry turned around and said Landry's never seen quarterbacks like the Browns.
Like the Browns.
Because he's working with Tyrod and Baker, and he's like,
that's
different.
good though.
Yeah, they're all meshing.
They're like,
they're all meshing.
They're excited to be.
Look, if your rookie quarterback.
I mean,
Mayfield gets together with Josh Gordon to get that click going, that's going to be nasty.
I'm telling you guys, Baker, props to him for everything he's accomplished. I'm still a big Tyrod fan. And I think Tyrod with Gordon and Landry and having Duke and Chubb and Hyde, that offense is going to be dominant.
But that's
this year,
who are
man.
they going to cover? Okay. We
I'm
got to
sorry.
double cover Josh Gordon, guys. Get over
And
there.
Landry's going to
now
eat you alive.
You got
And they,
the Jet over there.
Who's their tight end still?
I forget his fucking name, but they got some good tight ends too. They
I was
drafted
still
a good
pissed
tight
when they
end.
got rid of, was it not Rudolph?
What's his name? Had a concussion injury.
He had a 1,000-yard receiving year, and they cut his ass the next year.
Yeah, but he had
I
concussion.
know, but he still produced.
Yeah, he was good. I
But they
can't
still
remember
they
his
have
name.
they drafted that one tight end I
Oh,
think
yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
He's
no,
still
they
young.
they drafted a tight end this year too.
Yeah, but the one guy from last year
Oh,
was
no.
from Miami. I
Yeah,
think,
they're gonna have
wasn't
two
he?
good ass tight ends.
So their
I'm telling you.
offense is going to be stacked, man. I really and their defense.
Don't count their defense.
I think their defense is good. They have got
Yeah.
a very solid defense that gets overlooked. So
Yeah.
for Browns,
Well,
man, I'm
their
telling you.
DBs have been an issue back and forth, and
But that's because they weren't getting. Garrett wasn't playing; he was hurt, and then he had his issues, and they weren't getting a lot of pass rush. Your DBs, you get 3-4 seconds.
Right.
You're 3-4 second. That should be it. But when you have no pressure on the quarterback, and then you got to cover for 6-7 seconds, a little rough.
right.
But I'm telling you, you got something to look forward to, man.
If we get 8 games,
Gary Barnage.
Gary Barnage.
Gary Barnage, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Yes, that was. I like that guy.
yeah, I did
thought
too.
he was
Don't get
good.
me wrong. He was just an injury risk.
But the tight ends they have now are young,
Oh, yeah.
very good. So,
And then one they drafted this year has some hands.
dude, I'm telling you.
But the first guy was the blocking tight end.
Yeah. But I like
Um,
Duke. Duke Johnson, I think he's going to have a lot. Carlos Hyde is going to mentor those guys. I mean, he'll play that leadership role. I think it's.
I can't see it.
Jordan Cameron was the one that.
Yeah.
With the concussion.
Yes.
problem.
Jordan Cameron,
Thank
yeah.
you.
So they went through 2, recently.
Yes.
Okay, so what about, how you guys feel about T.O. declining the Hall of Fame?
He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
They should kick him out just for that. T.O. is the biggest little bitch I've ever seen in any sport.
And wasn't he bitching about being snubbed every year?
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's been better players that have been snubbed longer. You just wait your time. And then
If you know you're
accept
going
it.
to get in, you're going to get in.
But he just,
But
this is what
this is what he does, though. He knows what he's doing. This is a marketing scheme
No,
for
yes.
him.
He's all
because
about
he does
being
this.
the
It's
best.
T.O. and he's like, now he's bringing the name back up. Even this shit like, oh, I want to try out for the NFL.
He hasn't
again,
played in
you know?
how long? And his name is still brought up because he just constantly keeps himself in the media. He is an attention whore.
Oh, yeah.
He needs to have the media. He needs to have the attention. That's just the kind of person
Anytime I
he
think
is.
of T.O. is when the memory that pops up when he was in that Niner uniform. He bent down on the flag, or on the star.
On the star, and then
at Dallas, and old boy.
Brock Marion. It was Brock
smashed
Marion or
him.
George Teague. I think it was Brock Marion. Came and smashed his ass.
Yes.
Fuck you, T.O.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Hell of a player, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if Hall of Fame is about numbers, his numbers have always been. He's a top 3, top 4 receiver all time.
He knows that.
without
That's
a
why
doubt.
he does it.
And they did snub him, which was kind of shitty. But it's the way you act, man. Like, have pride in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Like, that's what
It's
it's,
a
all
tradition,
about.
man. You know,
Right.
You gotta, if you're going to be a part of something, you gotta go with it. So.
I've seen some
Um,
highlights of some highlights of Calvin Ridley, the receiver that the
that's
Falcons
the Falcons,
drafted,
from Alabama.
and mini camp he's looking good.
Looking nasty.
He's looking
him
real
and Julio.
good. Him and Julio are gonna be sick.
That's another receiver core that I was going to. But we'll get back to that in a minute. I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions about your teams. Clay Matthews.
Broke nose in the
How bad does the guy feel that did it?
Oh, horrible. He dropped the bat. He's like, oh my God. I'm so
He
sorry.
didn't even try to run for base. He was just like, oh, let me get you. It was like, the ball's in play, man.
He probably swung
Clay's like, no, no, no,
that bat was like fucking Packers.
He's a Bears fan.
Yeah.
But he did, ball was in play, and he just was
Yeah.
like, let me get you. I was like, oh.
He took it like a G, though.
He
He
did.
went down, got right back up. Like,
I mean,
oh.
he took it.
Yeah, dude. So he's got to have surgery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This shit's messed
So
up.
poor Clay Matthews, that shit had to hurt. So Julian Edelman,
Was
4 games.
4 games suspended.
But here's what's funny about that situation. That guy is hardcore on what he does with his body. I mean, to his eating habits and everything. He's never failed a test, and he's been tested multiple times.
Tyler, I asked Tyler
I mean,
about this.
it's
He
a little
said,
sketchy.
He said he's gonna try to appeal it
He
because
is appealing
he hasn't
it.
been taking nothing from it's been GNC.
Right.
There's
That's what it was.
sometimes you get them false
But
positives.
there is, like, I take a supplement that's called C4 from
yeah,
Cycle.
yeah.
And they tell you on the label that you can possibly fail a drug test.
Oh, we want
because
them
of
to take
some
in the
of
army
areas.
because of that.
Right.
They're like, we just don't want no.
Right, just because we
trouble,
don't want
yeah.
to deal with it. And there are certain products that they're not illegal, but they just have some things in them that can cause you to fail a test. And, you know, the guy's never failed a test and he's done everything right, And hey, maybe he did. You never know.
Maybe he's like, I ain't never failed yet. Maybe they'll
right?
let me.
Maybe they'll
slide.
let me go. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see what he put in his body. Just for him, the benefit of the doubt. He's always been legit. So.
I feel bad for the guy if it is legit. He has to go through all this because he's a good receiver.
But a lot of people this year have been busted. This is the year multiple players have been busted doing it. So
everybody needs to stop hating on my man Josh Gordon for smoking a little weed.
And that's the stupidest
everybody's
thing.
putting
Just
this other
because he
shit in their
smoked
body, you know
pot,
what I mean?
like
Yeah.
who fucking cares?
Right.
Iverson smoked a fucking joint before every game.
Yeah.
Nobody's crying about that. Like,
Yeah.
dude, it's just weed. Get
JR drink a little Henny and
Little
halftime.
What's that score? What's that score?
What's that score down here?
Is that Brian? You got them hots? No, that's Larry Nance.
All right. Last thing I want to talk about, just real quick, is another shout out.
Speaking of
What's that?
Ron, he mentioned in the game after the interview, he said playing the Warriors. When he thinks about it, he said playing the Warriors is like playing the Patriots in football.
Right.
Yeah.
As a comparison.
It is now.
I mean,
for this
yeah.
generation. Yeah, true that. I can agree with
We'll
it.
see what happens with their team though this year.
Yeah.
A lot of things can change.
So XFL, just a little news. They're actually moving forward with
Yep.
everything, so it's not bullshit. Oliver
No,
Luck,
they-
which is the father of Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck's going to be the commissioner.
What?
Andrew Luck's dad's supposed to be like the commissioner.
Yeah. Oliver,
Yeah.
So Oliver Luck is going to be CEO and commissioner, and then he's a former NFL, NCAA executive, and also a quarterback.
Yeah.
So it's moving along. I can't wait to see it. I'm
Now,
excited for
did
it.
you watch it before? Because I happen to have watched it before. The original.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It was kind of a joke.
Yeah, no, but I
was
think
fucking stupid.
it's supposed to go a different route this time.
And that's-
family oriented, but it's supposed to go a
And,
different
and
route.
I want to see that same kind of style because they were hard hitting. There
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
soft, but they kind of made it like a circus.
Right, yeah.
And if you're trying to, because what he already
Well,
said
that's
is
what
he does want to
he
compete
wanted
with
to
the
make it
NFL.
like wrestling,
Right.
And
You
make it
can't-
entertainment. But now he realizes that's why it flopped.
Well,
That's-
exactly. That's why it flopped the first
Right.
time.
I personally want to see it succeed.
Yeah,
I'm
For
tired
sure.
of NFL. I'm tired of fucking Roger Goodell. I'm tired of the way that they run everything. I mean, it's just bullshit.
These guys knew what they were signing up for when they got in the NFL and they
Yes.
signed that contract.
When you were signing for millions, you know what's
Yeah.
at stake. And
And
now
so-
you want to be soft about it.
You know, when underwater divers go and do welding, do they bitch about
Right.
this structure might fall on me
Right.
underwater and I die?
Oh,
No.
man.
They're getting paid.
Right. And they understand.
And their
There's a
family's
risk.
eating, you know?
Right.
Yeah, so stop bitching, about the hits and everything else. So.
Back to the NFL real quick. I seen since you're a Cowboys fan, I seen Deion Sanders is telling them to bring back Bryant and just move on.
I think they should bring him in. I think they should bring him in for a 1-year deal, a small, maybe the vet minimum, or just give him a shitty,
$2,000?
yeah,
Okay.
and give him. And I think that's kind of what's going on. I think Bryant is holding out for Dallas to bring him back because he already said before that's his heart.
Mhm.
He's a Texas guy. He wants to be there. And I think that the Cowboys are kind of trying to see how it goes. And he said he could wait till minicamp and this and that is over, OTAs and all that stuff. But I just think bring him back, give him a 1-year deal, prove it deal, a small contract, see what he does. What's it going to hurt?
Base the next
I mean,
contract off of
right.
performance. of the
If you
season.
play well, we'll give you a 2-year deal. And if that you play well again, then we'll just extend it. I mean, it's not hard to do that. Just play it smart. And if he really wants to be a Cowboy, they really want him to be a Cowboy, I want him to be a Cowboy. But I just want the production to equal what you're getting paid. And you're getting paid as a top receiver and you're a bottom receiver. That's two different things. So I thought that they were going to kind of play because he's had offers. The guy's had offers. They say he hasn't, but he has.
Yeah.
And he's pushed it away. I think he wants to come back to Dallas. And I'd love to see it happen.
And then what about Malcolm Jenkins in that interview holding up them signs?
Malcolm Jenkins is a fucking douchebag. Ohio State
They were
love
the
him.
reporters were asking questions stuff. He held up signs with stuff he had written on it.
Yeah.
It was
What?
completely ignoring them.
Well, he's trying to be like.
He's trying to be like Malcolm X. I mean, he literally is trying to be something that he's not.
Right.
And Ohio State loved him, but he has turned to be I don't know. It's too, yeah, everybody has their own bias. and opinion.
Doing her political stuff.
Right.
Yeah, so
I
it is
get
whatever.
that, but
So I wanted to ask you guys real quick. I guess ending the show. Atlanta, what's your prediction outlook for them this year?
Do you want me to be realistic?
Yeah,
Or be a fan?
be realistic and give me
I-
what you think the record will be and how you think
I think
overall.
we'll go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll be Super Bowl bound. No, I don't think we'll make Super Bowl, but I think we'll go deep in the playoffs. We might lose, I say 3 or 4 games.
Okay.
they've got
Cowboys.
potential. Cowboys is going to be I think they're going to surprise people again like they did a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because last year, they weren't really talking about it. This is the first time Dallas has had a top 10 defense in a long time. All these rookies that they had, they still had a top 10 defense last year. And they still were missing a couple of the players they're getting back this year. The biggest thing for me is Dak Prescott, what he can do. This is, I think, his final make it or break it year. But we've got a full, healthy Zeke back. Offensive line is even better this year with the upgrades they just made through the draft.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Linebackers are all going to be back and healthy, and we included a new linebacker. All of the defense is coming back, and the new players that were suspended are coming back. And they do have one of the hardest schedules in football. But I'm giving them 10-6 to 11-5. No injuries. I think they make a run into the Super Bowl. Injuries, they won't make the next first round. They'll get the first round, but that'll be it. But I think they're going to do. I think they're going to do another thing like they did when Romo got hurt. Dak came in, and they're going to surprise a lot of people because that team is up and coming. They're all young. The whole team is young. Rico Gathers, who was supposed to replace Jason Witten, he was hurt last year, but he is determined because he is now the #1 guy.
Yeah.
And he was an Antonio Gaze is what they compared him to. He was that basketball guy who's going to come in. Look what Antonio Gaze did. So we'll see. But I have a lot. I mean, with the moves with Herms and he was just a Pro Bowler 2 years ago. And he has Blake Bortles as a quarterback. Yeah. And I think Dak is definitely a lot better. But having Zeke back now, offensive line, I'm excited for what they're going to do. I think they have potential to make a Super Bowl run finally.
Sweet.
I think with something else about Atlanta, I think with Ridley, I think he's going to draw a lot of attention from Julio, or Julio's going to draw
One of the
the
two.
attention away from him.
And then when
Freeman's going to have
Freeman comes out of the backfield and catches that ball,
Then you got
he's
Sanu.
gone. Yeah, Sanu's still there.
We got, I hope.
They still have a great pass
Yeah.
rush. I think that with Atlanta's going to fall upon Matt. I think that'll fall upon Matt, and he's great.
I hope he earns the money that we paid him
Yeah,
out.
he better. That was a lot of money. But then they're coaching too.
That's
Quinn,
speed bump.
I'm not a huge fan of Quinn. Just like Garrett for the Cowboys, I think he should be fired. I think he's a fucking awful coach. He sucks. I don't care if he won Coach of the Year 2 years ago or not. I can't stand Jason Garrett.
Well, you with the Browns, Jesse.
Like I said, I think they'll go 8-8. I think, to be honest, I think
Think Mayfield will see some playing time this
I think
season?
he'll see some playing time, but it's not gonna be a lot. Unless Tyrod gets hurt. I also think that
Now, do you see it like as like say they're winning real good and then they'll bring him in as like the garbage
yeah, I say
time?
if they're up good on a game,
That's
I
what
think
you-
they'll definitely bring him in for that. But I think it just depends on how Taylor plays too. If he has a shitty game, maybe they'll try it out.
They will.
So,
They'll be calling for it, which
but
is so stupid.
I think Duke is going to have a ton of receiving yards.
Yes.
I think he's going to have a ton of receiving yards this year. I think Hyde's going to have a good amount of touchdowns if they get in goal line positions, and I think that Chubb will see some
What do you
carries.
think Gordon's going to do?
Gordon,
10 touchdowns.
this is what it's going to be
1,000 yards,
with
10
Gordon and
touchdowns.
Landry. It's going to be hit or miss. Who's going to have the game? If they see that Gordon's getting some catches and he's just not getting stopped, they're going to start going to Landry because he's going to start getting double teamed. It's going to be back and
But
forth.
they could
dude.
still do the same thing years ago that happened with Arizona when Anquan Bolden was there, Larry Fitzgerald. They were both putting up over 1,000-yard receiving.
It could happen,
And I think I'm giving Gordon at least 1,000 yards,
Oh, yeah.
10 touchdowns.
Yeah, easily.
That's going to happen.
How many do you think Landry will get?
Yards, I'm going to say probably 1,300 and 8 to 12 touchdowns.
Right. Come on.
I think Tyrod Taylor is going to
He wants to be on the show.
throw it up.
Oh yeah, man. Going deep to Josh Gordon ain't nothing. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go kill my dog. So that's the end of our show anyway.
Big Blue
So
just
you're
wants to be
saying
in
8
here.
and 8. That's
Yeah, 8-8. What do you say? 8-8, you agree? Or
5-11.
5-11?
5-11.
Oh.
I'm still giving
No?
them 6, man. I'm giving minimal at
Versus
6,
us.
6 to 8.
I'll give them 5. I'll be happy with 5. Anything more than that, I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, we're getting 8.
You think Tyrod will finish the whole year out?
Yes, and I also think
Well, it depends on if he has a bad game and the fans boo him.
it ain't gonna
And
happen.
management
Hugh
runs
Jackson.
with the fans.
Hugh Jackson right now
He's
is.
trying to save his job.
Yeah, he's got to stick. If he's performing, it's got to be early. If he's not performing in the first few games, maybe I give him 3 or 4, and that's it. If you're by game 4 and you're not doing what you need to be doing, it's probably time to try it.
No.
That's just the way I look at it because
you gotta wait till halfway through the season.
maybe,
when it's a
but then by that
season.
time it might be a
Right.
lost cause.
It's
Yeah,
like,
but
all
if
right,
you-
we're not making it. There's nothing to lose. I agree completely. Bring them in.
But we've been doing that every year. We've been.
Yeah, but look
Well-
who they've had. They have not had a caliber Tyrod Taylor. They have not
Yeah,
had
that's
that
true.
caliber of a quarterback.
No,
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
Not
you're right.
one guy have they had in the past 10 years has been that caliber.
I mean, come on, we drafted a 30-year-old quarterback.
Right. So Tyrod, I think, has been the greatest quarterback they've had in a long time.
Right.
And then Baker, Big 12 quarterbacks suck in the NFL, man. It's been proven. Maybe
I don't know.
maybe he'll
He's
change
got a
it.
lot of big game qualities.
Maybe,
got a lot of
maybe he'll
potential.
change it around.
He's-
Which I hope to the success of him and the Browns that he does. I really do. I mean, I hope the best for it.
We'll see.
I just want to see Tyrod get a chance with a great offense and see what he can do.
Yeah.
Because he had a shit offensive
The
line.
only problem I have with our offense is of our offensive line.
The offensive line. But they did upgrade it a little bit.
Center.
But they did lose.
We did grab a guard. Well, he finally got hurt to the point to where
We
he
still,
said,
we
"I'm
still got a
done."
couple guys in free agency.
I mean,
No,
he
it's-
played hurt
They did.
a lot of his career.
This is a
I mean,
beast.
in
Joe Thomas
waste
is
games
without a
that
doubt.
he could have sat, but
Yeah.
nope.
He,
What was it?
he was
Over
committed.
10,000
Over 10,000 snaps.
consecutive.
Consecutive. Joe Thomas. He
yeah,
rubbed
then
it with
when,
that tricep.
yeah, when they said he got
Yeah.
hurt, I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
There's our timer. So that's our show, guys. Share on Facebook. Email us anything you want to hear, or and make sure you get your friends in there. But we'll see you guys next Thursday for another edition.
Joe
Yeah.
Thomas, first bid, Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. There's no doubt. No doubt
Just stop
about
the
Joe
camera.
Thomas.
Yes.